see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Let rain fall, let rain
And here we go, race fans, ready to kick off a Saturday afternoon, still Saturday morning, but ready to get the Saturday program going here at Laurel Park. This is Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stan Salter, Keith Few. Still getting a little late start this morning. It's an unusual situation going on. We've had to cancel race 1 today due to some scratches, medical situation going on. I'll just leave it at that. We had to cancel race 1 due to scratches. We also had some unfortunate scratches in the fire plug with horses not being able to make it down here from New York and elsewhere. I believe we have 4 scratches in the fire plug, but still a nice race card today. We have 3 carryovers. We'll start with race 2. First race post time for the second at 12:57. We'll start the early pick 5 in race 2. And there's the 3 carryovers we have today, along with the 2 stake races. Some nice wagering action. A little shy of 3,000 that rolling super high 5, which will start in race 3. The 20-cent rainbow pick 6 starting race 4. That's a little over 7,700. Then a nice late pick 5 carryover today, starting in the 5th. A little over 5,500 with that industry low 12% takeout. So some good action for the carryovers today. Let's show you the 2 stakes we have today. $200,000 features of the day. We have the fire plug. That's going to be race 7 today. And then we have the water summer stakes. Going to be race 8 today. $200,000 stakes. You have Favored Tail and Austin Banner and the fire plug. You have the talented 4-year-old filly Miss Locust Pond going against the undefeated filly Angel at War, and also My Magician and the water summer. 2 nice $100,000 stakes.
Yeah, still shaping up to be fairly competitive. Miss Locust Point is going to be an awfully short price in the What a Summer. Angel War, though, undefeated. See if she can kind of go up and take that next step up the ladder. She's going to have her hands full. I kind of like to stick Tiscaya, a little user at a price down from the rail. But, yeah, unfortunately, you know, these situations rear their ugly head every year or a couple years or so, and we've got to deal with it. We're going to, you know, pick up and move on. That's all we can do.
That's all we do. We'll show you the track conditions and the weather and everything. Beautiful weather today. We'll have a perfect fast track, and there you see them working on it. There's the water truck going over the track right now. We'll have a nice fast track this afternoon. The weather's going to be beautiful for wintertime racing. What's the weather today? Climbing up into the 50s. 59, I heard, for a high today. 59, sunny. Track is fast. There's trainer Mike Gorham coming into the building with his undefeated filly in the What a Summer. So some nice racing action here this afternoon. Let's get right to it here in the second race. Second race will start at 12:57 here, and we're going to start the early pick 5 here in race 2. Mandatory payout here on this early pick 5. Industry low 12% takeout. I have a ticket here on the early pick 5. Let's take a look. I'm going to hit the all button, looking for a bomb here. I'm going bomb hunting in race 2. I think there's a couple live long shots in there. And so I'll take a shot and hit the all button in the second race. There's 6 horses in there. So looking for a price there. Race 3, I'll go 3 deep. The 4, Tattooed with the 9, Yes Means No. The 6, Platinum Pound with Jevion Toledo will be tough in there. So I'll go 4, 6, 9 there. And the third, race 4 is a nice allowance race for 3-year-olds. The 4, Old Fashioned Club, stretching out in distance for trainer Jamie Ness, Julian Pimentel will ride. Old Fashioned Club, I'll key on that runner. Going 2 deep there in the 5th race, 4 and 9, and then just 2 horses there in the 6th race using the 1-7. So a little $36 ticket there for the early pick 5. It's going to start in race 2 today. We'll also kick off the early pick 4 in the second race as well. So lots of action going on here in the second race. Let's take a look. We're going a flat mile, 16,000 starter allowance company. Never won 4 is the condition. We have a video spotlight here. Well, it's a dual conditions here. It's a starter 16, never won 4, or claiming 16,000, never won 4. So that's the dual condition here, race 2. Here's Silver Cowboy at Laurel, December 17th.
Yeah, this is first off the claim. They went went hunting down in Kentucky and came up with Silver Cowboy. And boy, this horse didn't disappoint at all. First time on off the claim, protected on the raise and absolutely galloped. Sat off a little duel 3 wide and just exploded through the stretch, winning away by 9 1/4. Really eager to the wire, as you can see, under left-handed encouragement by Stevie Hamilton. Questions for this one, though. This is still going to be my top pick, something I usually don't do. A horse jumping a condition stand, eligible for the 3 in life. But look at those internals, 22-3, 46-2. Final time, 10-2. Did it against Lesser. That wasn't the strongest of fields. But, man, that final time was equal to 3 other than horses, something awesome who we're going to see in the stakes.
Sure.
So they got this horse right. Now, I'm assuming reported a first-time gelding today?
That's what I saw.
Yeah, because you saw the big jump up. Maybe the horse was gelded, after that November 5th race, after the claim. I mean, why would you geld him after such a big win?
We'll check on that.
Yeah, we're going to have to check on that.
We'll check with Horse ID in the racing office. We'll get the scoop here on the one Silver Cowboy in the second race. But he's in good form. But like you said, that was a 16,000 2-life condition. He's jumping a condition today to the 4-life condition. So that's why I don't use him on top. I'll go with the 6 on top here. Did we show the stat there on Hugh McMahon for Silver? There's a stat
there it is.
for
There we
for
go
McMahon.
To go along with it. Silver Cowboy. Over the past 3 years, Hugh McMahon 3 for 9, 5 for 9 in the money, with dirt runners making their second start off the claim following that win. So first off the claim, you win, you come right back on the dirt. He's pretty strong. A little more than about 30, but right there, 33%. So Hugh McMahon protecting this horse, probably was looking for a 3 and like maybe couldn't find it. Settles right here.
Sure.
And really looks like, if he wants to go, could be right on the engine.
And since that last win, a nice bullet half-mile work here this January 8th at Laurel Park, 48 flat. So the one Silver Cowboy sitting on a big race. I'll go, though, with the 6, the great Caspi Ford trainer Jamie Ness. A nice second last out up there at Parks against First Level Allowance Company. This is a big class relief today for this 5-year-old who's a 1-for-1 at this 1-mile distance. George Vargas aboard for trainer Jamie Ness. The horse is in good form right now. And this will be the second race back after having a little time away. I'll go with the 6, the great Caspi, my top pick here.
Yeah, good effort. It really held form nicely off the claim. Comes back probably to a little lighter field. That was an okay race, that other than at Parks. Mr. Hayes 2 back. And this horse was able to make a run into a loose leader. I think the Gary Capuano horse, what was the name of that horse? Oh, gosh, we got it here. Running in the Vale was on the lead. It was okay. Took play, was on a loose lead. And these horses, both Mr. Hayes and the great Caspi, who stays in this race, they were able to kind of steadily make a run into it. And I think they're going to have to do that again. I think a similar situation with Silver Cowboy loose on the lead. Can they reel him in through the stretch?
I hit the all button in this race, looking for a price. We both like the 2 here in race 2. Ostentation for trainer Shane Myers. You ignore the last race. The horse was in pretty good form. A nice win with a 79 buyer going a mile at Churchill back in early November. This horse 2 for 2 going a mile in distance. His 2 races since the claim haven't been very good. They've been against Allowance Company at Churchill and Parks. This horse has taken a drop today. He likes this distance. I think the 2's live at a decent price here.
Just kind of an in and outer, and can pop a number close to an 80. Well, that's going to be. You're going to have to run right around that maybe to win it, but this horse has shown the capability to do it right now. Early money, way early money is Dexter Road. I expect this horse to float up a little bit. An okay try in the allowance at Mahoning Valley, but not of an X-Stout winner. Or sneaky good stat there, smaller sample on the dirt with these runners. Denise McClatchy, 38% with an ROI close to 5.
Yeah, Dexter Road can win. You get a top rider, Pimentel. The 4 painted Patchen, I think, live as well. First time gelding, blinkers on. First off the claim for Lacey Gaudette. She's 31%. Elvis Trujillo riding well. Painted Patchen has won at this mile distance. So the 4's live and the 7's live as well. Alarming at 12-1. Just a nice win last out for the leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez. This horse going in the right direction. Alarming likes this 1 mile distance and likes it here at Laurel Park. I think the 7 dead live at 12-1. That's why I hit the all button here in race 2.
This could be a good claim, though, for you. I mean, we've seen him do this before, work these horses through these starter conditions, and and then go to the other then, and a lucrative move for the owner as well.
All right, so lots of action in race 2 to kick off the racing action this afternoon. We'll start the early pick 5 in race 2 and the early pick 4 in the second. Here we go. Let's take a look at the third race. Now, the third race will kick off that rolling super high 5, low 15% takeout. Nice carryover today, a little shy of 3,000. Very playable 7-horse field in the third race to kick off this super high 5. There'll be a lot of late money coming in for the super high 5 in race 3. We're going a flat mile. Maiden claiming 40,000 for straight 3-year-olds, and I couldn't pick the 9. Yes means no. Beaten favorite at this level the last couple races. He'll run a good race with the Bug Boy Weston Hamilton aboard for Robbie Bales. The 9 will be right there. We both pick against the 9. I'll go with the 4 Tattooed. A good second at this level. Last out back in November, going 2 turns. This horse has a good foundation under him. Angel Cruz will ride for trainer Timmy Keefe. The Keefe barn with a nice winner, I believe, on Friday to kick off the weekend. So I like the 4 Tattooed here in the third to break his maiden today.
Yeah, my biggest question is where's he been? You know, he was a big price that day. Nearly pulled an upset at 30-1. Yes means no has had a race since. Yes means no might be a horse you have to kind of, as a rider, fool him into winning. Maybe get him covered up a little bit and let him just make one run the final 1/8 or 16th of a mile. I'm going to use him into the mix with Weston Hamilton. I go to the rail with Cash Exchange. And early on in this meet, early in the year, the rail has been fine at the mile distance, hitting of over 30%. I'm not worried about the rail for Cash Exchange. Second time off the claim, coming off the maiden special weight. A little tougher field last time. Old Time Revival, the winner of that race, won by 4 3/4, ran a 75 winning fig. I think this is an easier group for Cash Exchange. West Virginia bred, they're going to keep this horse around here. Kieran, 2 for 8 and 7 for 8 in the money with maiden claims. You know, maidens on the dirt, second off the claim. I like Cash Exchange. I like the steady progression. 6 furlong 7. Now we're going to try the mile. We'll be forward a long way in here.
Yeah, Kieran going sprinter round. He's 24%. This horse had a nice half-mile work late December at Pimlico. Vargas and Kieran McGee, they're a solid 38% together here at Laurel. So they've been a hot combination recently. I like the 1. We both pick against the 9. Yes means no. Be right there once again. Just been a money burner at the window the last couple races. The 6 Platinum Pound. Jevion Toledo aboard this Not For Love 3-year-old for Kelly Rubley. A good third last out. This horse looks like he keeps getting better and better. The 6 Platinum Pound could absolutely jump up and win this race.
Yeah, and might get a little bit more flow in here. Birdie's Honor, I think he'll go ahead and set the pace. Cash Exchange, I think, is going to go ahead and enforce it. He wants a little bit more flow. That was first time gelding last time. Maybe you'll see another little improvement. You saw it the first time. This horse steps it up just a little bit more. He can get to the winner's circle.
All right, let's take a look here at the 4th race. Now, race 4 will start the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 today. It paid 4 out of 6 yesterday. I went in on a big ticket with somebody. We hit 4 out of 6. We might. Now, the question is, do you dive back in here for the Pick 6 today with that nice carryover, or do you put all your ducks in that late Pick 5? Both nice carryovers today. Maybe you try to take them both down. Let's take a look. There's the carryover, over 7,700 in the Pick 6. Let's take a look at Keith's ticket first. Here's your ticket.
Yeah, a little Rainbow 6, a little $36 play to get you, hopefully get the money. We'll see. 245 to get you started in the 4th race. Old Fashioned Club will be a strong favorite. Polar Outbreak, I like the move with the first-time Lasix last time out. Another one, a little bit of a layoff concerns me. We'll go 3 deep to get you started. 2 deep in race 5 with the 4, Sir Douglas, and the 9, Gatto Dolce for Claudio. Spreading in race 6. No real strong feel in the 6. I know you narrowed it down a little bit on your earlier ticket. I'm going to spread. I'm going to go 5 deep. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. 7th race, the 1 Favorite Tail, and the 2 Someday Jones, I think, is ready to strike. He is poised for maybe a career best in the Fire Plug. And coming back in the 8th race, we're going to single. There's going to be a lot of singles on this horse. Miss Locust Point.
Sure.
3 deep in the last, the 3, the 6, and the 10. I think the 9th is really a tough race. If you can spread a little bit more, do so. There's a $36 ticket to get you started.
All right, your ticket costs a little bit less than mine. I'm going to go with a $64 ticket. That's still less than $11 per race investment. We'll have a decent carry. We'll have a decent handle. It'll be at least $5,000 new money into the Pick 6 today. There's my ticket, $64 play. I'll go with the 4 Old Fashioned Club. The 5 3s over Deuces could win the 4th race, so I'll go 4-5 here in the 4th race. Race 5, I'm going 4 deep in that race here. There's some live long shots in there. Gin Fuzz, the 1. The 3 lacrosse sticks, they could be right there. The 9, Gato Dulce, 9-2 for Claudio. So going 1, 3, 4, 9 there in the 5th race. I go 5 deep like you do in race 6 as well. It's a wide open starter allowance race. I'll use the 1, 2, 5, 7, 8. Going 4 deep there in the fire plug. I like the 12 Awesome Banner on the outside, but the 7-year-old Favorite Tail with Toledo aboard, we know he can win. Something Awesome, the local horse, 2 for 2 here at Laurel Park. And Someday Jones, what a nice 5-year-old that is for John Service. Someday Jones with Vargas aboard, I think is going to be right there today in the fire plug. So I'll go 1, 2, 7, 12, and then just like you, I'll key on the talented filly, Miss Locust Point there in race 8, the What a Summer, going 2 deep in the last. The Wayne Potts horse on the outside looks like he should gallop. Looks like she should gallop, but the Dale Capuano horse taking a drop, the 9. So I'll go with the 9, 10 there in the last race. So
right.
pick 6 starts right here in the 4th race. Let's take a look here. We're going a mile and a 16th. 2 turns here in race 4. Nice first level allowance contest, 4 straight 3-year-olds. Let's take a look. We have a stat here on trainer Jamie Ness for the 4 Old Fashioned Club.
Old Fashioned Club, a short price. Scratch the 3, catch 22 out of race number 4. The Chad Brown runner will not make it down, but Old Fashioned Club for Jamie Ness here. Over the past 2 years, Ness 4 for 13 and 10 for 13 in the money with 3-year-olds going from a sprint to a route on the dirt with an ROI there. That's a good one, $3.30. And Old Fashioned Club looks poised to go ahead and make this little stretch out to the mile and a 16.
That's a good stat for sure. Now the horse probably be forwardly placed, might be on the lead early on here, trying 2 turns for the first time. A good second at this level. 2 starts ago back in November. That was going 5.5 furlongs, 3rd against Allowance Company last out at Parks. A couple nice slow maintenance 5 furlong workouts recently here at Laurel Park. So I like the 4 we both have on top. The 5 we both like as well here. This horse has a nice foundation. This horse has been long. A 3-year-old by Flat Out for trainer Gary Capuano. A nice win 2 starts ago, going a mile, and a decent, an okay 4th behind a strong runner, Believe in Royalty. That's the tap it 3-year-old Larry Jones has. He took down to the fairgrounds, I think, ran in the LeCompte or something down there. So the 5-3s over Deuces, I think, a nice horse. You get Weston Hamilton aboard. We both use in the exact. It wouldn't surprise me if this horse jumps up and pulls off the upset.
No, he's got that experience at a route of ground. That could be the edge, the key edge for him. And he really didn't terribly go off for him. He just faced a tougher bunch last time. And don't worry about being back in for the tag. This horse ran for 40 just 2 races back. Did have the bias in his favor, but if Owens Mo goes ahead and sends Polar Outbreak, and Old Fashioned Club won't be far off of it, maybe things will heat up on the front end and fall into the lap for the 5-3s over Deuces.
And he's in for the tag here, entered in for the tag for trainer Gary Capuano. Maybe they're trying to save that other than allowance condition for later on, maybe on the turf or something. So interesting. The 5-3s over Deuces in for the 50,000 there. The 7 we like on the outside here. Al Corazon, nice maiden special weight win back in September, going a mile for trainer Kelly Rubley. We haven't seen this quality road 3-year-old since then, but some nice works up there at Fair Hill. Javion Toledo rides.
Yeah, drawing to the outside and that shorter, somewhat shorter run into the first turn. Now, it's not a huge field, but still, this horse is going to have to show the ability, I think, to come a little bit further off the pace. Maybe the tactical will be go ahead and send. He's fresh. That could help him out. But this is not an easy task off of this little break against this field.
We both like the 2 a little bit here. Polar Outbreak jumped up and ran a big race last out against Maiden 20,000 Company, going 7 furlongs at Parks in late November. A good win, a good-looking win there. Got a 65 buyer. Been off since then. Some nice works up there at Fair Hill. A 3/4 work January 3rd up there at Fair Hill. Now stretching out 2 turns here for the first time with Vargas aboard. The 2 might try to get the jump on the field and go right to the front from the inside.
Yeah, it could. Midnight Lute, Arch on the bottom side. That was Lasix on for the first time and didn't have a real comfortable trip in its debut at Laurel over a muddy sealed surface. Kind of a little sluggishly, had to rush up in between horses, and just not even really a fade, just even through the stretch. I missed this horse going up the Parks. Freshened a little bit since then, but yeah, I think this horse is a factor up to the front. No doubt about it. I like that improvement first time Lasix.
All right, nice first level allowance contest for 3-year-olds to kick off our pick 6. Nice carryover today. today in the pick 6, over 7,700. Nice carryover as well in the late pick 5. Let's take a look at that. Starts in race 5. Carryover today, $5,571 in the late pick 5 with that industry low 12% takeout. Starts in race 5, the late pick 5. There it is. That's going to get well played today. We'll have about 30,000 in there, I think, when it's all said and done today.
I know a lot of eyes going to be on Gulfstream today, no doubt about it. But don't let these fly under the radar. Sneak in and take the money if you can. I think he hits for 7,000-8,000 a day. That'll take you a little while.
Yeah, that'll be a nice bankroll for the Pegasus World Cup next Saturday.
Yeah.
I hear that big pick 6 down there is a mandatory payout on Pegasus
I heard
Day.
that. Yeah, someone told me that yesterday up in the press box.
That's going to be a
could
monster
make it there.
pull down there. That's if it goes to Pegasus. So, yeah, we got to cash some big bets and go after that pick 6 down there at Gulfstream. Let's take a look here at the 5th race. Going 7 furlongs to kick off the late pick 5, claiming 16,000. Everyone 2 lifetime. And the 4, Sir Douglas, is going to be a favorite in here. I'll go with the 9 on the outside here. 9-2, Gato Dulce. 5-year-old son of Candy Ride got into the Claudio Gonzalez barn last out for the first time and whistled by 7 to break his maiden against Maiden 16,000 company. Got a respectable 58 buyer, and that race was coming after having a couple months away. He's in good form right now. Nice half-mile work here at Laurel January 11th. I think now he's well spotted here to face winners for the second time. He'll get a nice trip from the outside with Torres aboard for Gonzalez. They're a solid 21% together here at Laurel.
Yeah, kind of like the McMahon horse. Didn't beat the strongest of groups, but did it, kind of visually impressively. Had something a little bit left, a little more in the tank there, and has been able to show the ability to get up into the mid-60s, which might be good enough to win this race. This is a race kind of odd. Figuring out the pace of it kind of threw me for a loop. Maybe Gato Dolce from the outside will go ahead and send be forward. Yep. There's not a lot of quality speed right up towards the front. I'm going to stay with Sir Douglas, though, the favorite for Anthony Farrer. A little drop down. Was claimed three races back for 30 down at Keeneland. It's just faced better, I think, and that's kind of been his downfall. Numbers are okay. Over the last year, though, Tony Farrier with favorites on the dirt at Laurel.
Right.
He's 7 for 13 and 8 for 13 in the money with an ROI of 227. I think Boyce comes back. This horse stalks and kind of gets it done today.
The Farrier barn with a nice debut winner yesterday.
Winner, yeah.
Paid $30 yesterday. Traffic plan, I think, for the Farrier barn. So I used the 4 in my exacta. I like the 1 and the 3 in this race as well. The 3 lacrosse sticks, a nice win to break his maiden against Maiden 25,000 going a mile back in November. That was an off the turf race. It was a small field. We haven't seen this 4-year-old since then. He's been working up at Fair Hill for Trombetta. Pimentel will ride. But I think live, and also the 1 Gin Fuzz. Gin Fuzz runs today, 3rd race back off a long layoff and takes a drop for Hammy Smith with Cowboy Steve Hamilton.
Yeah, not a lot of speed. He's going to have to get position by the time they hit mid-turn or to the quarter pole if he's going to wear these horses down. He's certainly capable. This race is tricky. Scratch the 7, praise the moon, and scratch the 8, send common, race number 5.
All right, so turn the page here. Take a look at the 6th race to kick off the late pick 4. Let's get a quick commercial break. Break. And when we come back, we'll take a look at race 6 to kick off the late pick 4. It's a nice sequence. You have a couple $100,000 stake races in the late pick 4 today. We'll take a look right after this. All right, welcome back. Let's take a look at the late pick 4. It's going to start race 6 today. Going a flat mile. Nice 25,000 starter allowance contest here in the 6th race. I go with the 1, Gem and Gemi for Anthony Farrier and jockey Jevion Toledo. Toledo was aboard 2 starts ago against 2 other than Allowance Company going a mile here at Laurel. That was first off the claim back in November. A good second that day with a 74 buyer, and then ran just okay in that early January race against 2 other than Allowance Company. Now he's taking a drop in class today. He's in. It's a dual condition race. He's in for the 25,000. He's won four races going against older horses that haven't won 3. So I like like the 1, Jammin' Gemini, getting a class relief today for strong connections.
And Connection's got to be happy, too, the way the track is played a little bit more favorable to speed types.
Yep.
It's carrying that speed a little bit longer than, say, back in September, October, November. Jammin' Jemmy, a 4-time winner, is going to be, I think, loose on the lead in here. I'm going to try to beat her, but you're right. She's got that advantage. I mean, this is the attack move. This is what you're supposed to do. And Toledo, who rode Conjecture last time out, right?
Sure.
Ends up on Jammin' Jemmy, so I probably should be using that horse into the mix in my pick 6 tickets. I think I might have. This was a spread race for me. I'll take a little flyer. I'm going to go to the outside with the 8-horse Beyond Forever. I like this horse last time. This horse, Robbie Bales has got this horse flourishing right now, but dove inside of horses when the inside wasn't the greatest part of the track and hung just a little bit. I think this horse makes a little bit better move, circling, and just looking for a better price. And that's basically I cannot separate 3 or 4 of these horses at all.
And I used the 8 on my pick 6 ticket. I didn't use him in my top 4. The horse is in good form. However, he's jumping a condition here.
Yeah.
He's a 2 life horse going against 3 life horses here. You never know. Well, you do kind of know behind the scenes. Sometimes a race doesn't go. You if into your second or third option. You got a horse ready to run. You got to run sometimes, even if it's not your ideal race. So the 8 Beyond Forever jumping a condition, but is in good form right now. I use the horse protectively on my pick 6 ticket. The 7 we both like here, Princess Palomore for Jeff Runco, might have something to say about the early pace with Boca Chica. A good second at this level last out. You see the comment line there, sharp effort last out. So she'll get a nice trip breaking from the 7 hole, probably get a nice stalking trip on the outside.
She may not let the 1 get too far away. Those were okay internal fractions last time out. Patriotic Endeavor, we talked about this race the other day because of the Claudio horse, Fergie's Lady, was dropping from a 2 other than, kind of similar to Jammin' Jemmy. She can kind of dog it out on the front end, and she might get better position now just outside because she was against the grain of the racetrack on the 26. Talking about it. Been handicapped for a long, long time, and this is not a move that I usually do, taking the horse to jumping conditions. But the way you kind of forces your hand sometimes as a trainer, there's not much separating. That's why, and I think hedging for a little bit more value. When you look at, Conjecture worked through and got it done by a head. Okay, there's just not a whole lot separating these. But, on face value, I guess the 1 and the 8, the 1 and the 7, they're your horses to beat.
It's a good betting race. Your lukewarm morning line favorites 3-1. That's the 7 Princess Palomar. So I'm 5 deep here on my pick 6 ticket. I think a good betting race in race 6. We both like the 2 Conjecture in good form since the new trainer here, Noah Abramson, claimed this filly by Great Notion. He's had 2 wins and a second off the claim. She likes it here at Laurel Park. She's 1 for 1 at this distance, but a rider change to Bobby Delgado today, a capable journeyman rider. He gallops for Noah Abramson in the mornings. That's why he ends up here on the 2 Conjecture.
Look at that recent workout. 3 quarters and 12 and 4.
Yeah, that's pretty quick.
It's laying it down. That's pretty strong. And he's got this horse off the claim to improve about 20 points if you're looking at the buyer figures, and she's maintained form. And once again, she dug in gamely. Yeah, she might have rode the best part of the track, but she was dead game all the way to the wire. And you heard that whole crowd, that Harbortown Stables, a newer group, newer owners, were glad to see him into the game and bringing more people into this great sport.
Yeah, and this guy's done well. Noah, look at his stats from last year. 17 starters. Last year was his first year as a trainer. 5 wins, 29% clip. That's a good first year with your trainer's license. You just hope that work on January 11th, 12 and 4, going 3 quarters. You hope that race wasn't. You hope that work wasn't too good. And take something out of the filly, but she'll be right there. How about the 5 Sneakin' Betty? I use at 10-1, first time in the Claudio Gonzalez barn, our leading trainer. He's 30% positive ROI with new horses in his barn. I'll go with the 5 Sneakin' Betty at a little bit of a price here, Pimentel and Claudio.
Yeah, she's we'll see if the barn change wakes her up. She's gonna have to show a little bit more finishing punch as well. For
sure. All right, let's take a look at the first of 2 $100,000 stake races we have this afternoon here. Race 7 will kick off the final pick 3. We're going 6 furlongs for the fire plug, 4 and up. Some top sprinters in this race. Let's start off with the 1, Favorite Tale. He's the veteran of the race, at least by earnings. He's a 7-year-old, made over $1 million. Here's his win in the Dave's Friend here at Laurel, January 8th.
Popped at 6-1 off a little freshening from the Fabulous Strike, where he had a little bit of trouble, but absolutely dead game, on his game. Sharp internals, 22, 244 and 3, and Struth You know, he's run some bang-up races around here for Kieran. Just looks him right into the eye at the quarter pole, coming now past the 8th pole. And Favorite Tail, he just would not be denied. He looked like kind of like the Favorite Tail of old. A little drift there, but then corrected by Frankie Pennington to go back clear by about 1.25 lengths at the wire. Favorite Tail, biggest concern, back pretty quick.
In 12 days.
You know, the
yep.
barn has done okay with this move, 16% over his lifetime over the course for Preciado. So, and let's go through the scratches in this race as well, Stan, real quick.
Yep.
The 4, Duchère, is out, scratched the 6, Life in Shambles, and a key scratch on the front end, the 8, Chief Lion, who looked like he could be a nemesis for Favorite Tail, but hedging to the far outside, you've got Awesome Banner, a horse that I know you like, and I had him lined probably a little too high at 20. He's going to come He's going to come down off of that. I still think he's going to stay around 10, 12 to 1.
That'd be a nice price.
What Awesome Banner is going to show up, because he's kind of the X factor into the trip that I think Favorite Tail is going to get.
Yep. The 3 also scratch from the fire plug. Colonel Sharp is out. So 4 scratches from the fire plug. Still be a talented group of 8 runners in here. Let's where are we going next here? Let's talk about Awesome Banner, my top pick on the outside here. If you draw a line through this horse's last 2 races, which weren't very good at all, he threw a clunker at Belmont in the Grade 3 Bold Ruler. Didn't run well on the Fabulous Strike at Penn National. If you ignore those couple races, all you see is Grade 1, Grade 2s, and Grade 3s from last year. He was a good second in the Grade 2 Phoenix at Keeneland, second in the Grade 1 Vanderbilt at Saratoga. That's going against some of the top sprinters in the country. Hopefully he's back in good form today. He'll get a nice trouble-free trip on the outside with J.D. Acosta. Look at that work on January 9th here at Laurel Park. 5 furlongs, 59-3. That's a serious move.
Oh, yeah.
Let's hear what Kenny Decker had to. Kenny Decker, by the way, scored with a nice $50 winner yesterday.
Well aware of that. Knocked out a lot of people.
Knocked me out of the pick 6 first leg. Ring in the Hills or something. 50,
Rill in the Hills.
Rill in the Hills.
Yeah.
So the barn off to a good start this weekend. Here's what Kenny Decker had to say yesterday about Awesome Banner and the fire plug.
Working real good the other day when we worked him. Seems to be back on his game. Had a couple of starts. Few issues, but seems to be coming into this one pretty good. Yeah. I'm hoping to get a trip like we got in the Maryland Sprint. You know, sit on the outside and come running at him. You know, I like the outside post. I think he looks good in there with that, and everything's been good. Hopefully, we'll be back on our game.
All right, so this guy knows what he's doing. He had a good year in Maryland last year, trainer Kenny Decker. These are all homebreds for Jack's or Better Farm. He knows all the breeding of these horses. If he think he has this horse back in good form, and looking at that work January 9th, you can't argue with him. The 12 Awesome Banner could be locked and loaded here for a big effort. And he's going to need it because it's a tough sprint.
Yeah, and he's saying maybe get a trip like the Maryland Sprint where he kind of sat just off of it. So is he going to go ahead and let Favorite Tail edge away? I don't think – you know, he wants to let Favorite Tail get too far away. Right. We saw what happened last time. But Awesome Banner, when he's right, he's really, really a good sprinter. And his form's been darkened up a little bit. And he's had some legitimate excuses in some of his races. So he's probably going to show up today and be a factor a long way towards the front. He'll sneak away, I think, at an okay price. But was that interview before or after he lined his pockets? With
that was right before race 4.
All right. He had a smile on his face. He probably knew what was coming, right?
Yeah, he sure did.
Kenny Decker. I love watching his interviews with him. But anyhow, Favorite Tail, I'm going to come back, but I think Someday Jones, this 2-horse for John Service, big effort off the layoff from April to early December to get it done. I know Irish Colonel, the horse that he beat, came back, was kind of like 20 to 1 in the day's friend, but did have trouble and only got beat 5 or 6 lengths. This horse is in deadly sharp form right now. He's tactical enough. You saw 2 races back in that state bred race behind Paige McKinney in a big field from the rail. He was able to go up and get position. He's tactical enough, and this is the time to strike for Someday Jones. I think Service is this is the right move for him right now to give it a try.
Well, he's done a real nice job managing this 5-year-old son of Smarty Jones. The horse has never been off the board in 10 starts, so John Service is really clicking with the 2 Someday Jones. We both like. How about the local horse here, the 7 Something Awesome, 7-year-old son of Awesome again, getting good right now since getting into the new barn of trainer Jose Corrales. Let's show you Something Awesome's win December 17th here at Laurel Park. This was against tough 3 other than Allowance Allowance Company. Beat 2 Charlies in this race. 2 Charlies in the Fire Plug today as well. But this is a nice racehorse here. And look at that work January 14th here at Laurel. Half mile 48 and 2. A bullet half mile work January 14th. So Elvis Trujillo rides. I think the 7's something awesome, sitting on a big race. Let's hear what trainer Jose Corrales. We caught up with him last week. We caught up with him again yesterday, talking about that big work for something awesome and how he's doing coming into the Fire Plug.
Well, he's a good worker horse. You know, he's been training well since he came here. He's done very well, and I think he liked the surface, and I think he's be tough in that race. Well, you just have a good break, and then after that, whatever he said, comfortable, and then just make a move in the last 3/8 and see what we have.
All right, so the horse is a good workhorse, and he looks like he's 2 for 2 here at Laurel Park, and a nice bullet work coming into this race. What do you think? He should get a nice trip breaking in the middle of the pack here, the 7.
Yeah, he's facing a better group. I mean, you go back on the go back. He faced some decent sprinters down at Gulfstream. He's going to have to move it up just a little bit more. Not saying he can't. He's in razor sharp form as well. Rocking on by, we haven't talked about the 7-year-old.
Just coming late.
My man Willard upstairs. He's an ATM machine. You gotta love a horse like this. You just go and he gives you money. Poor guy has not won though. 0 for 23 the last 2 years. But look at how much money he's made.
Almost $500,000.
Yeah, and I like him turning back. I think he's a horse that probably wish Chief Line would have stayed in to be part of that pace flow. But Favorite Tale, it's interesting. He may not necessarily need to lead either. I mean, he's going to fight it out, and if they can get away with a okay opening quarter, not too demanding, Favorite Tale maybe also banner. Maybe they just kind of make it a match race up front.
And there is a rider change on Favorite Tale. Toledo, Javion Toledo on the 1 Favorite Tale, so he'll be able to navigate a good trip from the inside. That's a nice addition of the Fire Plug. Let's take a look here. We covered everything there. Yep. Let's take a look here at the What a Summer. Filly and Mares 4 and up, 100,000 going 6 furlongs. John Service, he could have a big day down here. He has a nice 4-year-old filly with Miss Locust Point, a 2-time stakes winner here at Laurel Park. Here's her last win, December 9th, in the Willow on the Move, where she just galloped this race, got an 89 buyer. Here's Miss Locust Point from December 9th there.
Just got herself on the best part of the racetrack, and, for her, didn't have to go terribly fast on the front end. That half mile, 46 and 1, well within herself, and just absolutely kicked away and said, that's it. See ya. Opens up 4, wins by 2 3/4 at the wire. Ivy Bell was a shipper who had a troubled trip coming up from Kentucky. But Miss Locust Point now goes 3rd off of that layoff. She improved 7 points last time out. And look at the work, January the 10th. She goes 57 and 3.
Yeah.
Someday Jones on the same day was like 59 and a tick.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if that's any indication of where she is right now, she's going to, have some speed to her inside. Angel at War, seeking the Giant Pearl coming in from off of that race at Mahoning Valley. Kind of has that 4.5 furlong speed. Will be a threat. I still think Miss Locust Point she's got a rating gear against this type of horses and can kind of get it done.
I love my Cold Exacta here in this race. The 2's going to go out there early. The 3 might go out there early. The 5, Miss Locust Point, is going to overcome it all. But My Magician's going to come running late with Torres aboard for Claudio Gonzalez. I like a big 5-7 Exacta here in the What a Summer. Let's take. Well, you have an interesting horse there, and your Exacta, the one Taz Kea, homebred for Shadwell Farm and Michael Pino.
Yeah, I think she's getting better. I know her number last race, 68, was not great, but you go back and watch the rerun. She was stymied for about at least a quarter of a mile, and finally found room to the inside and got ahead and went going away against an okay field. Modacious was an 8-5 favorite, a horse that ran second to Elate. She's kept the right kind of company, was right behind Miss Locust Point back in November. I think she's the price user. We'll go Jack Harmon in this race, 5-1.
Yeah, you got a nice 6-1 price there on that filly. How about the undefeated filly, 4-year-old daughter of Preakness winner Shackelford, number 2, Angel at War. She's stepping up into deep water today, but here's her win December 11th here at Laurel Park against 2 other than Allowance Company. She beat a nice field this day. She got a 77 buyer. She's 2 for 2 here at Laurel Park. Sheldon Russell was aboard for this win. Sheldon Russell back aboard today. This was a gutsy, determined win here by Angel at War last out.
Well, I mean, her last 2 stand, she looks like she was going to get beat, approaching the 16th pole, and she just digs in. And you see the short comment, tenacious to the wire. Has she run as fast as Miss Locust Point? No. But she's running to her competition, and
Right.
maybe she'll just step it up to whatever she needs to do. We're going to find out today. This is going to be the true test for Angela Ward. But what a nice claim.
Yeah, Michael Gorham jumped in for $40,000 and claimed her last August at Delaware. We caught up Thursday morning with Mike Gorham talking about claiming this filly and how she's doing coming into the What a Summer.
Yeah, she's doing great. She came out of her last race really good, and she's had a little bit of time between races now, and she breathed well last week, and she's ready to go. First time out, she was impressive. She won by 11 lengths at Delaware, and kind of easy, and looked good doing it, and I like the look of her anyway, and we took a little shot the next time she ran for 40, 2 life for 40, and we did claim her and took a shot for 40, and it worked out pretty well. She's been racing pretty much on the lead, but I don't really think she needs the lead, so she's going to break sharp and get herself in position. I assume she'll be forwardly placed. I don't know if she'll be on the lead or not, but I'm going to leave it up to Sheldon, and he'll know what to do.
All right, so there's trainer Michael Gorham talking about his undefeated filly. Angel at War said she doesn't have to have the lead. She sat second in her debut win last July. It was against Maiden 20,000 company. She'll probably break sharp, and it'll be interesting to see what Russell does early on here with the 2 Angel at War.
You got to give it to him. I mean, you reach in and grab something for 40.
Yep.
That runs a 55 buyer. Now, I know visually strong, wins by 11, a buyer of 55. And obviously he knew what he was doing.
Yep.
And that's a gutsy move, and it's paid off for Mike Gorham.
Well, she's tenacious like her sire, Shackelford. I was at the finish line patrol stand there for the Preakness, watching the head-on, and the Derby winner was it Grand Motion's horse, and Animal Kingdom coming at him at Shackelford, and Shackelford laid on his belly to win the Preakness. He was switching leads back and forth. A game win, one of the gamest wins I've seen in the Preakness was by Shackelford. So we'll see if the Angel at War filly ready to step up in the stakes company here. You got a nice price there on the inside with the Shadwell Farm homebred.
Yeah, that's what we're going to use. Like I said, she had a lot of trouble last time out. I think she's cycling back up to one of her better races. If My Magician or Angel at War have a little bit of a hiccup, I think she can kind of rally in and get a share of this. Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at the 9th and final race, going 5.5 furlongs. Maiden claiming $10,000 for 3-year-old fillies. The Wayne Potts filly on the outside looks awfully tough. First start in his barn last out, dropping to this level. Had a good trip, a little wide, but still a good second with a 40 buyer. Out now, second race back here at Laurel Park for the new barn. Montanez, good new rider here. He should get a nice trip on the outside with the 10 Chauncey.
Yeah, Wayne's had some pretty good fortune getting some of the horses off the synthetic surface up at Woodbine and bringing them to this area, to the Mid-Atlantic, and doing well on the dirt. And this one, took to the dirt, rated kindly. Didn't have the easiest of trips between horses. Made her run. Looked like she was going to win it late. The Nest horse just a little bit better last time out. I think she's going to be the horse to beat. A 2-to-1 morning line shot. Deb's the Boss looks like the speed on the drop for Dale Capuano. I'm going to come back. Tim Keefe did it yesterday with a dropper and a maiden. Maybe Capstone Lady. The debut tried not too bad. Number of the Stars, Miss Saffron, and Channing Ghost. That's a key enough race for me. I think she can rally into it.
The homebred here for the Stoutberg family, Jerry Stoutberg. You got to go to Jerry's. Jerry Chevrolet guy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right, so Capstone Lady, blinkers on for good connections here. Might be a decent price here in the 9th race. Couple first-time starters here in the 9th race. Hammy Smith with a South Carolina homebred, the 6th Queen of Schmooze. This filly will be well prepared for her debut by Done Talking, who Hammy Smith trained, won the Illinois Derby with.
Yeah, is that the tell? Look at that last work comparatively. January 2nd, let's go 5/8 and 105 and 4. We're going to come back and go 2 and 2.
Yep.
It's a sharp improvement and works. I don't care how you,
then you got a
slice it.
Yeah, and then you got a Frisian Fire filly on the inside, the 1 Cherokee Fire. Some nice works over there at Pimlico for Milan Milosevic. You get a good rider. Forrest Boyce had a good win yesterday. Lasix in debut. Tough rail post though for the 1 Cherokee.
Trying to take
Fire.
an edge, but it is a half to a 12-time winner.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right. All right, that's it. We're out of time. Dave Robin, he's coming up next. Today, we'll start off the racing action in Race 2 today. Race 1 is canceled. We'll start with Race 2 at approximately 12:57. Race 2 will also kick off the early pick 5 in the second race. We'll start the early pick 5. So good luck with all that. Good luck today.
You got it.
And some nice carryovers and 2 nice stakes. Dave Robin coming up next with scratches and changes.
Good luck.